As you hear these words, you might begin to wonder, what if something inside you already knows? Knows apologies, they're a bridge. They're not a prison. A way to connect when needed. Not a chain wrapped around your every thought, every feeling, every breath. And as you listen now, re-listen, you might just start to notice the old habit unraveling, thread by thread, dissolving like mist in the morning sun. Because after all, who decides you had to apologize just for existing? Who whispered the lie that your thoughts, your feelings, your desires were something to be excused? Was it a voice from the past, a memory wrapped in old rules that never truly belonged to you? And yet here you are, in this moment, feeling the shift, feeling the deep knowing settle into your bones. That you were never meant to shrink, to make yourself smaller, just to fit into someone else's comfort. Because isn't it fascinating how easy it is to let go of something that was never really yours to carry? And as you imagine, just for a moment, a version of you who no longer apologizes for being, what do you notice first? Is it the way your shoulders relax, the quiet confidence in your breath, the steady certainty in your gaze? Because that version of you, it's always been there, just waiting, watching, ready. So maybe, just maybe, the only thing left to do is to step into it now. Because isn't it interesting how the mind, your mind, it already knows things even before you consciously realize it, as if something deep inside, something powerful, something unshakable, it's always known the truth, and now it's simply waking up, because somewhere along the way a pattern was formed, a habit, a reflex, a learned response, apologizing, shrinking, second-guessing, as if you needed permission just to be, as if existing, breathing, feeling, wanting, being, required justification. But you already know, don't you, that patterns can change. That what was learned can be unlearned, and what was borrowed can be returned. So just for a moment, imagine a different way. A way where every breath is enough. Every thought, every feeling, every desire valid. Where strength is not in apology, but in presence. Where certainty flows, not from explaining yourself, but from knowing yourself. And as you see that version of you now, standing, grounded, strong, you might begin to notice that something's shifting. Because the truth is, apologies have their place. A sincere apology is a gift, a bridge, a way to heal. But an unnecessary apology, that's a weight. A weight that was never meant to be yours. And what happens when you let it go? Feel that now, that lightness, that ease. As you release it, like exhaling a breath that you didn't even realize you were holding. And what's left is freedom. The freedom to speak without hesitation. To take up space without guilt. To feel without questioning whether you should. And as you begin to fully step into that freedom, something fascinating happens. The world responds. People see you differently because you see yourself differently. They respect your words because you do. They listen because you no longer apologize for speaking. And that feeling, that deep, quiet confidence, it only grows stronger because this is who you are now. No longer seeking permission. No longer apologizing for existing. No longer carrying what was never yours. And that knowing, it settles in now, doesn't it? Deep inside, like roots anchoring itself into rich, fertile ground, because this isn't something you have to force. It's simply who you are. And as you move forward from here, without even thinking about it, you just find you stand taller. Do you speak clearer? Do you breathe deeper? Do you trust yourself more? And maybe, just maybe, that old habit, it already feels distant, as if it was never really yours at all.